Done, bro. Wait, where you going? To watch the full 94 podcast. Can't watch that without me. Wait up, bro. You know Full 94 is my favorite show.
Family, what's going on? Full 94 podcast here on MTMV Sports. Absolutely. I mean, look, bro, let's get real to it. Ain't no time for intros. Ain't no time for some catchy phrases. It's too much going on in the NBA. Free agency is too much going on in the W. We got some things to talk about, bro. I want to get right to it. I'm talking about let's talk about this NBA draft, man. How are y'all truly feeling? First, my apologies. Let me ring it back a little bit. See, how are you this evening?
I'm good. I'm ready to go.
Doing well, amen. Julius, how you feeling today, my guy?
I'm excited, bro. I'm hyped. It's NBA free.
Boy. Waves on spin. I see you over there in that bright light.
Trying to be, man.
Will, talk to me, man. How you down there in good old dry Florida?
Unproblematic, Pooh. I'm just here for chaos.
All right, talk to me, man. Let's get right to it. I'm talking about this NBA draft and what's happening in free agency in the NBA. This thing has had lots of moves. We've seen some big moves. Rockets are obviously, I mean, it feels like they're still on the clock adding these pieces after getting such a big piece in free agency. But what are we looking at after the draft, after what has happened, and what free agency is really saying to the NBA right now and the way players are making moves? Will, talk to me, man. How are you feeling?
I mean, the draft to me was kind of a letdown. I don't feel like the draft was as strong as people try to make it seem like it was. But at the same token, I understand like right now it's an arms race with everything happening, people trying to get under the apron while still making moves. I think free agency has been chaos. The teams who should be making moves are making moves that don't make any sense. I think certain people.
I think you said Lakers wrong.
Yeah. Yo, Pelinka's going Pelinka. If what I heard about Pelinka was true about what he said about Finney Smith, yo, he deserves everything that he gets.
I can't even think you're right there.
Cut ties, bro, because
Get him out of there.
and trash someone's value just so that you can cut them down and keep them. But on top of that, why would you let him go in the first place?
No, never.
Need players. I think the LeBron comment thing that happened, y'all, like it was going to cause a little chaos because of the uncertainty. You heard that Rich Paul let them know ahead of time, so that's going to be interesting. It's interesting to see. But I personally think everybody's just kind of waiting on Giannis. I think people are making moves to prepare. I think the Rockets don't care at this point, but I think everybody's making moves right now just to see what's going to happen with Giannis so they can position themselves.
Agreed. I'm not mad at it. Drew, talk to me, man. How you feeling about the moves that's already happened, right? The things that we've already seen. But what do you expect other teams to be doing right now to try to compete? I mean, in the NBA right now in the last, 5 years, there hasn't been a back-to-back champion. So the parity is there, right?
Yeah.
We're looking at competition. But what are these teams looking to do and make moves, bro?
To answer your question, what I expect them to do, I expect them to do exactly what the Orlando Magic did, man. Go out, find somebody, sign them, give yourself a chance to compete. What I don't expect them to do, man, is what Rob Pelinka doing. But I'm patient, bro. I'm patient.
Yeah, just be patient.
You might see a new me next week because if they go out and sign Capella for their center, bro, I quit. I'm done. Bunch of leagues, man. I quit.
What's going on with DeAndre?
They them and the Warriors reaching out. I don't know. I guess it's his preference. I don't know how much realistically either team can offer DeAndre Ayton, but it ain't gonna be $30 million what he getting this season.
He don't deserve $30 million.
Yeah, he don't deserve that. I imagine he'll probably command about $20 million a year. I say if the Lakers can give him a 2-year, $42 million, $43 million contract and see what happens, man, because he is what the Lakers need. A scoring big man, a little bit athletic. But we're talking about the draft, right?
Yeah, talking as well.
I was excited about the first 4 picks, man. Maybe 5. I laughed at 5 when Ace Bailey got drafted, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to see that young man reported to Utah and got some shots up right off the plane So I'm hoping
money.
I'm hoping that he go in and put the work in.
Yeah.
But just in case that the viewers were wondering, man, just in case, no, I'm not being sarcastic at all. The number 55th pick this season was Lachlan Aubrey, Australia. Just a that's a little known.
Just to throw it out there.
Yeah,
just to throw it out there to make sure you was tuned in.
He signed to he got traded actually to the Chicago Bulls, man. Averaged 11 points per game in the NBL, just in case people were wondering, is he taking somebody's draft spot or not? I don't know. I'm just letting the viewers know, man, because that was such a hot topic last year. Yeah. Everybody wanted to know the 55th pick of every draft. So then to answer your question, bro, after KD, Dorian Finney-Smith. They got 4 big men now: Landale, Clint Capella, Steven Adams, and Alperen Sengun. So they lock it in, man, and they looking to add 1 or 2 more people, which is crazy.
It don't make no sense to me, bro. At all.
I'm not saying they getting all these players in case Milwaukee say the word. Giannis trade.
Hey.
They got a lot of money, bro. After Van Vliet declined and re-signed, like that put a lot of money back in there, and they already had 14 mil for the MLE. So if Kevin Durant and Giannis ends up on the Rockets, bro,
that's unfair. That's not right.
Yeah,
but let some people tell it. KD apparently lost a step, even though he's averaging better after his Achilles injury. But what do I know?
I mean, KD never lost a step. Let's be
realistic here.
Viewers might have said that, not us though.
No, but it's it's a lot of people. I've been called ridiculous on a lot of our clips for defending KD the way that I do, when I'm just like, it's always been circumstance. Like KD ain't never really asked to move. It's been circumstance when he doesn't. Hey, listen.
Hey, big fact.
Every year is one team that does it.
Yeah, but that's what you're gonna do when you see the winners of this year and what Tyrese did. You're like, okay, we got to get ready on the defensive end, and we know we got to have someone to run the floor.
Hey, but Nico when Dallas did his thing too. He hit the big sign in the D-Lo,
Hey, speaking of that, man, because you know what, bro? I was gonna say this and make this one of my first TikTok joints, bro. Don't do it, man. Please, y'all, do not do it, bro. D-Lo signed a 2-year, $12 million contract. He getting $6 million a year to start and have zero expectations, bro. But to pass the ball to Cooper Flag and Anthony Davis until Kyrie Irving get back. Now, when he had his first 20-point game, please don't go talking about what the Lakers couldn't do, because he's not making $30 million.
Are we going to talk about the biggest fish in the pond, LeBron, or what? We're going to avoid that? Because comments were made, and I put in the group chat, this is going to cause chaos. That shouldn't have been said. And less than 10 minutes later, I sent y'all another message, and ESPN was already covering it.
ESPN already covered it, talking about, man, twisting everything bro said and giving all these scenarios, man. I don't think LeBron going anywhere, man.
I don't think so either.
Doing nothing, bro. What you?
But he said he's trying to compete for a championship, and if we being honest, outside of Luka, who you?
You're right.
You're right. You are absolutely right. No one.
And they keep hearing him to Dallas, which
LeBron?
I did a
But he is going to exceed, because there's no pressure on him to really do anything.
But do y'all remember when the Dallas trade happened?
I'm talking about D-Lo and the Mavericks.
Y'all remember when the Dallas trade happened, and I said I could see LeBron making his way to Dallas so that he can be with that team when they move to Vegas?
I'm trying to understand,
bro.
I'm gonna come next show with a whole Miss Cleo outfit. I'm like, call me now, baby.
If he go to Dallas, these folks will probably try to assassinate LeBron, man. They win seeing, bro. They'll try. But you know what? I hope he do leave sometime because these Laker fans keep getting on my nerves, bro. Talking about he need to take a pay cut. For what?
Yeah, because Kobe was against that. They taking Bronny or he leaving Bronny in LA?
Man, we ain't talking about Bronny. I ain't talking about Bronny.
You wild, bro.
I'm not talking about Bronny.
But if
he worth talking about.
If he were to leave, I mean, we feel it. I don't think Bron's gonna go anywhere. But if he were to leave, I'm gonna start with you, Miles. What is the best situation and best team for his future, knowing that he only has so many years left to give us?
Man, the best team for LeBron is the Lakers. You don't need to do. There's not like. I just feel like at this point in his career, even as he's still able to do what he's doing, there's no reason to make any moves. Like it's okay going out the way that it is. I feel like if you make another move, I feel like you're moving into like KD's lane. Like I just feel like
you shouldn't just
doesn't have like go out
right.
with the Lakers. Like if you can't win with the team Rob Pelinka's putting around you, then you were saying, look, I came and did what I was supposed to do. But like I'm just this whole like team hopping thing. Like at this point in his career, I'm just like, for what?
Why KD catching strays for stuff he didn't do?
And why LeBron catching strays and he didn't do nothing close to
it? KD, we just talked about this. KD did not ask for all those moves. Those moves happened because of what other players did. Like,
wait.
Why do that?
KD asked for one move.
Bro, okay,
KD,
now, okay.
Golden State,
I've been on the record. I've been honest. Golden State was KD's fault. He left. Ain't nobody tell him to leave Nia alone the way Ime Udoka did, but that's another conversation. The Nets wasn't on him.
Okay.
The Nets were not on him. Phoenix,
the Suns are.
Phoenix was not on him because he even said that he didn't want to go. They didn't want him there.
Nah, he said he was ready to go, bro.
He was the only trade piece they had. He didn't want to. He was on record as saying he didn't want to go, but since they decided to move him, they ended up deciding to do it together. He didn't want to leave. You can find an article.
So you telling me somebody in KD's stature can't say, I'm not doing nothing. I'm staying right here. You don't got that type of power?
Let me ask you a question. If you got Bradley Beal on a no trade clause making $50 million,
I'm talking about Brooklyn. Phoenix? I get it.
Okay, look, you got to look at it like this, right? Essentially, this man was a big foot away from taking them to the next round and potentially
a big toe.
Right.
Kyrie ended up not playing for his own purposes and his beliefs. James Harden wanted out. Brooklyn was talking about doing a complete rebuild. KD didn't want to be a part of rebuild at that point in his career. That's not his fault.
But he could have stayed.
Oh, you mean like LeBron can stay in LA with
Bingo.
You mean like
I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. But that's what people want LeBron to do. Stick around for a rebuild.
I'm talking about Miles. The same way LeBron could have stayed in Miami, but he got mad about them cookies. The same way LeBron could have stayed.
Sometimes them cookies matter, man.
Hey, that boy went back to Cleveland and won one. What are you talking about, bro?
The cookies alone.
He went back to Cleveland and won one.
Honestly, if he leaves Cleveland as a team, he need to go.
He need to stay in LA. Ain't nothing. Stay in LA, relax.
I agree.
Fix it out, bro.
Thug
it out. What you need to do is stay in LA, breed the next legend that's gonna be there, which is Luka. Do it. I've seen his regiment for this summer. I'm like, okay, he getting on something. So LeBron, impart all your wisdom on the next person that's gonna be the face of the Lakers. There's no reason to do nothing.
Well, they're not going to appreciate it
at all.
But you're not going to appreciate it.
To compete
too.
Man, if I'm LeBron James, bro, I'm glad I guess he do look at social media, but they not going to appreciate anything bro do, bro. Anything he do, they can play.
If he stays, it's going to be an issue. If he leaves, they're going to say another thing. It's going to be no matter what he does. The fact that it came out. Look at what everyone's already saying because of this. What the storylines is already bringing and how many twists and turns and ways and everything that's going. So no matter what, it's going to be an issue. It's going to be a problem for someone.
So I told y'all a long time ago, and you can ask if there's a Laker fan in here right now, they can confirm it. I don't care how great LeBron is. Because LeBron is not Magic and because he's not Kobe, he's never going to be loved the same way. He's not going to be appreciated the same way. So if he doesn't win a title, it's going to be an asterisk because now it's like, oh, you got Luka Doncic there. But Pelinka did not create that team to win.
He didn't.
That team was not built to win. You're not winning with Austin Reeves and DeAndre Ayton. I'm sorry, bro. It's just not happening. Not even
Bro,
on
we're gonna get to it later, but it's a little bit of revisionist history on Kobe Bryant. Because I've been seeing the comments, Kobe would have took a pay cut. And I'm like,
Kobe
it's
gone.
literally on the internet.
But
Look
Kobe
at
gone.
how you posted stuff.
But a lot of people don't do that.
Big Daddy Bus said, chill out now.
But the fact is that he's not. You have it's homegrown talent. It's the same. Yeah, but he's only won one. You've had AD. I'm telling you what the knock is going to be.
You a Lakers fan, Peanut?
You've had AD,
Yes.
and you've had Luka Doncic. They're not going to accept him the same way.
You right. You a Lakers fan, Peanut? I'm talking about them delusional only Kobe fans, bro.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen, bro.
Man, look, make sure we're going to keep talking about this. We got to definitely come to a segment later on when we talk about Kobe and his blowback that T-Mac has made in this conversation that he had a very heated discussion with good old Stephen A. Smith.
I loved it.
Make sure y'all continue to tune in. We're going to take a quick commercial break. But when we come back, we got this week and what's happening in the W. Future little piece are on site as well. We're going to have a team as well talking about this week and what's happening in the W, man. So y'all make sure y'all continue to tune in. WNBA right coming up next, man. Y'all be safe.
It's not just about the love of the game. It's about dedication and commitment through the process and the patience to endure. There's joy in reaching your goals and peace in knowing you've done all you're supposed to do. Ozell brand. It's not just a brand, it's a lifestyle.
You're on mute, champ. While we wait, we're going to welcome in the big honcho CEO. Shout out to Rick Sincere, man.
Shout out, Rick.
What's popping, Rick? We can hear you now, right, Big Dog?
Awesome. Yeah, you can hear me for sure. Yo, so we're just talking about what happened this week in the W. We covered a few games in the W this week, but before we hop into that, I know we got to talk about the All-Star. They released the starter pool today. So I'm just going to talk about it. I'm going to ask you a question, right? Basically talk about the All-Stars that were out, and then you tell me if you see any snubs. I'll actually we'll start off there. So Caitlin Clark, she's a captain. Collier's a captain. Aaliyah Boston is also a starter. Paige Beckers. Alicia Gray, who's been having a phenomenal year, and I can't say enough about the year she's been having. To me, she's been having an MVP year. Sabrina, and then Satu, Breanna Stewart, Asia Wilson, and then Nika. Is that how you say it? NECA. All right, cool. So that's the top 10 right there. That's the 10 starters. Y'all tell me from the starter pool, has anybody been snubbed in your opinion? What you got?
The fact that Alyssa Thomas is not an all-star starter makes me so mad because what? I mean, I get it. It's the fans, but are you watching? Are you watching the game of basketball when Alyssa Thomas is playing? Do you not see what she is giving us? Man.
I agree with CDL, man. Alyssa Thomas for sure. I don't know, man. I thought Angel Reese would get in the starters at least, though.
I don't know how you thought that. I'll be honest with you.
I think her fan base, don't she have the most followers in the W?
Now, so here's the thing. So when we really break it down, they did it according to 3 different things, right? One was fan rank, the second was media rank, and the third was player rankings, right? Okay. And so they took votes from each one. And so when you looked at Angel Reese, her fan rank, with just the front court alone, she was 5th in fan ranking, right? But according to the media and according to players, she was 12th, right? And so her overall score kind of puts her at like 7th in the front court rankings. That's why she's not there, because for one, the players don't feel like that, and the media don't feel like that. And if you talk to Angel, and when Angel just talks about at the beginning of her season, she don't feel like that either.
She's one of 6 players in the league right now, I believe, who is top 10 in 4 different major categories. That's weird.
I know, but I think her having the week she had was a week too late. If you get
right,
man.
But I get that, but she's still been okay. If we're being honest, This is no shade to anybody, right? She's still averaging a double-double. They've been complaining about Caitlin all year, and the knock didn't go against her with the media either. So it has to make sense.
And she hasn't played.
She's one of 6 players who is top. Who's top
because she hasn't played. She truly has not played.
Right. So Angel's one of 6 players, top 10 in the league in 6 different major categories. How are we justifying that when the other 5 are all stars?
So look, according to this ranking, right? The fans had Caitlin ranked number 1. The media had Caitlin ranked number 3, but the players had her ranked number 9.
How can Caitlin be okay? But how can the media have Caitlin ranked number 3 when she hasn't had a great season?
She hasn't even played for us to really see it at all.
So now we get to speak about the bias. And we talked about how much we enjoy both Caitlin and Angel, but this is a media bias issue.
You know what they remind me of?
What's that?
Michael Jordan making the All-Star team after playing 10 games or 12 games. It kind of reminded me of that.
Okay, but it was also 86, and it was a media thing, and then I think that was a fan vote, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think it was fan, but it just reminded me of that.
We need to double check because
I think they know what the I don't know. I think they know what the cash cow is.
Because that also goes back to that 1 year that we talked about. I think the year before, where LeBron was a starter, and I don't think LeBron should have been a starter.
But you said that last year. He should have been a starter.
He should have been a starter, and then he didn't even play. So it solidified everything I said.
Caitlin might not play.
No, bro, I don't want to hear that. The thing about it is with the Angel biases, and you've even seen it with some of the social media posts, people just regurgitate stuff with Angel. They're not doing research. You had somebody go do a whole 15-minute video, and he was like, oh, yeah, Angel's not in the gym. She don't do this. She don't do that. Then you had 4 coaches in the past 3 weeks who's just like, Angel has a different motor. She's just a beast. You see her when she's getting rebounds against 3 or 4. I don't want to go just into the Angel.
The one that I loved was the one where it was only 4 offensive rebounds, and she was shooting 56% from the floor. But we don't see when Angel has a good game by everybody else, or when she's been having good games or streaks by everybody else. We don't, because they still.
Hey, Ma, if you watch it, though, I shouted it out. If you watch it, Ma, all right.
Tyler wrote a song called "Take Your Mask Off," and I need the media to do that or just quit their job because it doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Maybe we need to fix something a different way, or a different vote, or some type of something, because I don't know.
It's rated 3 different ways. I'll say this, right? Like, let's be honest. Angel has had an incredible few weeks, but up until this point, Angel has not been killing it. She's been doing well as far as rebounding. That's what she do, right? But outside of that, Angel hasn't been killing it. And Angel would say she hasn't been killing it.
Neither has Caitlin Clark. If we go and look at it, wait a minute. I'm gonna give you another stat because you like analysis, right? Yep, if you go in plus minus in player efficiency, guess who's top 10 and guess who's not top 10 in player efficiency this season?
Man, we don't want to hear that, man.
I mean, because we bring the analytics in it, so let's bring it in there.
We don't want to hear that, man.
Hey, look.
I mean, I'm not, and I get why it's there, so I don't really, honestly, I really don't care. But my thing is really not having Alyssa Thomas and
I'm gonna be honest,
all-star. That's crazy.
Your snubs. Me, I came up with a list because I knew we was gonna be talking about this.
Okay, go ahead. What you got?
Thomas, Angel Reese, Brittany Sykes, Taylor Thornton.
Okay, Sykes, I'll give you. She's been balling.
Kelsey has been killing. Skylar's been playing out of control for Seattle, and Jackie has been the bright spot when Asia was out.
Okay, give me that again. So Sykes is. So according to this, Sykes is ranked number 8. She was ranked 12th by the fans, 6th by the media, and 7th by the players. In as far as guards are concerned, so she may make the reserves list, right? I can see that for her.
I think the fan vote and the media vote counts too much. I think the player vote needs to be a little bit higher because the first round of votes came in and we talked about it. Lexi Hall was top 10, and we know everybody in Indiana's voting.
I don't know about that, bro. Because hopefully the game. I get what you're saying,
but Lexi's not on this list though.
But what I'm saying is,
so it works out.
like that.
I like the player vote, and I agree with you, Will, as far as it should be ranked higher because they're the ones competing against them. So they know who has the skill. They know who's gonna give them a run for their money. They know who's on the. Why
They
not?
be hating too.
You know,
but
that's what I'm about to
I
say.
get
They
what
hate
you're
a lot.
saying. I
They
get
don't
what you're
like them
saying,
like
but I get what you're saying about the hate or whatever, or what you may say, or how they feel about Caitlyn. But at the end of the day, regardless if they did this season right now, she hasn't played.
but
So
you know,
I wouldn't say that. See, she done played though.
she played, yes, but the day she came back, but the last okay before she went out with this groin injury, what
happened?
what was her slump? When she played against who, and she had what? Was it 30 something?
Yeah, she went on like a 3-game slump.
But that was after she came back. That was her first game back of being off of how many games?
32-89 against the Liberty, one of the best teams in the W.
Yeah.
Right? Okay,
yes,
good
absolutely.
about
But how many games was that? That was only one.
She went like 3 games in a row.
That was
before she got
only one
injured again.
game.
I don't want to
11, 9, and 7.
I don't want to make it
19
about
to 10.
this one and this one, but I'm talking about as far as players playing against these players. I would respect that higher than a media person just being a one-eyed vision when they're looking at who's in this list or who's in the W and who they're going to pick. That's why I'm saying it, because we're really going to get it based off of, all right, yeah, this girl gives me a run for my money, or yeah, this girl got she got a dog in her no matter what. So that's why I'm saying that the player vote should be higher because they're the ones competing against them.
See, can I ask you a question? Well, go ahead and I'm going to ask you a question after that.
Considering how the media has portrayed a lot of these ladies over the past 2 seasons, and you have somebody like Christine Brennan having a media vote, the media vote should not count as much because the media vote is going to be based on bias and how many clicks they can get.
Yo,
it should be focused on players, coaches, and then to a smaller degree the fans, and then the media. The media and the fans are going to have too big of a focus on it because you don't fully have all the fans. You have people who are literally, we talked about this, and it's not just against Caitlyn and Angel, who are just regurgitating stuff they're seeing online, and they're doing it based off who they like and based off the preferences of how somebody else acts or what they do on or off the court.
Y'all not going to like what I'm about to tell you.
I might.
You're media. You are media. C is media. I am media.
And guess who's the click? And guess who's the
clickbait media
master?
Wait. You know what?
You can say what you want to say about me and my clickbait mastery. But what I will say is that when the views are where the views need to be, right? Then the camera looks great.
But we're not media that counts. We're not media that get a vote. We're not a media that get a vote. We're not a media that, but that when I'm saying like our vote, we're not voting for them. So yes, we're our media, and I don't think we come out and say. I think we keep it real G about when it comes to basketball on the show, and we don't.
Absolutely.
I don't give. You don't want to view it, don't view it, because you're gonna get real authentic with me in our show. I don't do it for a clickbait. You don't want to watch it, then skip over it. Absolutely. Like everyone that's commenting on my JC Sheldon video, I'm not saying anything to you because you're not going to disgrade her as a person. If you want to say something about her basketball take, then I bet. But you want to say anything about anything else, I'm not even indulging you. I don't care.
And Rick,
go ahead. I'm gonna come back.
You've been a great boss, and we've given you, and we always give you props. But let me ask you a question. Yeah. When there are issues and there's things that we don't like and we feel like it's biased, do we not come to you?
Hey, yeah, I've had those. We've had time.
So just know.
But here's the thing: when you say, I only have an issue when you say the media this and the media that, as if you're not in the room with the media. That's all I'm saying. Now, C brought up a great point. Whereas media, there's media who act as media, then there's media whose votes count, right? Mm-hmm. And those are two different things. And she's absolutely right. We're right on the cusp of being media that vote count. Does that make sense? Like I don't think we're far away from that at all.
But that's why
we're there every day.
That's why we're such an important show, because we don't feed into everything else. We purposely don't feed into the headlines of what everybody else do. We purposely don't go into what everybody else do. And that's why people come, and that's why hopefully more people come. Because we ain't finna compromise ourselves on this show just for clicks. We like Caitlyn, we like Angel, we like Brittany, we like all them folks. But when they do bad, we say they do bad. When they do good, we say they do good. But at the same token, we're not media that's looking for clicks. Like, we're going to get there how we're going to get there regardless.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Right now with the WNBA media, a lot of times is, and maybe we should be in that room, is the fact that they're only doing it for clicks. When Caitlin got into it with Marina Mayberry, the headline was Caitlin Clark gets into it with Angel Reese's ex-teammate.
Did they lie though?
Yeah, but why use that headline?
Yo.
Come on, man.
Crazy, bro. That was crazy. I give you that. That was crazy.
I saw it. Okay, last thing I want to talk about before we leave y'all, that was a big trade today that sent Nalissa Smith to the Aces, and I want to get your opinion on that because I want to know it from the Dallas Wings standpoint because they are losing a player. However, they're not losing a player who was killing it this season. Let me just say, right? However, the Aces are getting a player who can actually help them move on the way to a championship run. They also don't have a draft pick until 2028. So I need to talk to you all. How'd you feel when you heard about the trade today? See, let me hear from you first. What you got?
Loved it. I absolutely loved it because we're not seeing the Alyssa Smith that we know she can be because she does not have a post player next to her that can mentor her. Like, she just does not have that type of mentorship, not only a coach that truly invests in her on the basketball court, but also a player that's gonna, you see that when they were playing opposite teams, she pulled her over and let her know what's gonna go. It's not only gonna make the Aces better, it's gonna make Nalissa Smith a way better player, and we're gonna see the Nalissa Smith that we've seen in college, and we're gonna see the ceiling that we've all been waiting to see since she entered the league. So I'm here for it. Dallas, I don't know. I don't know. I truly, I don't know. I don't know if that was the move that they needed.
They're getting a 2027 pick, and I'm hearing that draft class is loaded. What do y'all think?
From the Aces standpoint, C is right because both Asia and Becky have both been on record saying how much they love Nalissa's game, and this is something that she needs. They're going to build her up over there. For Dallas, this looks like a cop-out because your coach sucks and your coach is beefing with Nalissa's girlfriend. So it just seems a little ironic, especially when you consider the fact that they were both blindsided by the trade. So this looks like this was just something that was just kind of pulled off. And while Nalissa has not played up to par, that team ain't played up to par because that coach don't know how to coach because can we say he was a DEI, Howard? Because the assistant coach should be the head coach.
Bro, run that back on the girlfriend thing. What happened?
No, and Dejanay.
No, I'm aware of that. I'm aware. But you said something else about the coach.
Dejanay and the head coach, Conclack, whatever his name is, have been beefing ever since that controversial call. And they've been beefing apparently because it's been going back and forth through the media.
Yeah.
Dejanay was benched maybe a game or two after everything happened, and we were never given a reason why. Then she ended up getting hurt. So everything looks really suspicious when you consider how it's happening and why it's happening. And this really wasn't a move that Dallas needed to make. If they needed to make, somebody else who could go, but I ain't gonna say who it was. But this was not a move that Dallas needed to make.
Yo, I'm gonna say this: Nalissa Smith. If you looked at her stats, she hasn't been killing it, bro. Like the highest point she scored this season was against the Chicago Sky. That was the one game she like hawked up and really killed it. Right outside of that, she just wasn't really doing super well. They did go get a center. She's about 6'7". They got her from
Lee.
Yeah. Now she came in. She had a double versus the Dream, and I immediately saw what they could look like with her in that role. Right? Like, she looks great. So once they got her, I don't know how much they absolutely need Nalissa. I'm not saying she's not, part of it, but I don't know how much they need. I think she became expendable at that point.
It looks good when you getting playing time and they throwing you the ball down there, and that wasn't happening in the game.
Okay. Yo, that's all I got, man. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. I know y'all gonna do more talking about the W. Maybe I don't know what's happening next. But thank y'all for the time. I'm out.
Thank you, man.
Hi, Wilderness. It's Asia.
It's not just about the love of the game. It's about dedication and commitment through the process and the patience to endure. There's joy in reaching your goals and peace in knowing you've done all you're supposed to do. Ozell brand. It's not just a brand, it's a lifestyle.
Definitely shout out to the squad, man. Ozell brand, definitely been a sponsor for a minute. Always supporting MTMV Sports. Always supporting the 494, man. Shout out to him. Shout out to Rick. Appreciate you sliding through, man. Talking about the W. That's a good conversation, man. Good conversation. I like that. Let's get to this T-Mac and Kobe, man. I think there's a lot of conversation around it, and I think there will. I think you really love it. You're the most excited about this conversation. I when I initially saw it, I'll just say no, I'll throw it to y'all. When I initially saw it, there was so much confidence to me in that conversation that T-Mac was having. And I'm like, I mean, let's not act like he wasn't that guy, right? When he wasn't injured, right? I mean, I look at the battle between Kobe and T-Mac, and I'm like, that is a fine basketball player, right? Pause. I think when we're looking at this, and what it is, I think it's really hard to say in any era, in any team, in any facet of season, to say, let's just switch them out and I'll do the same thing. I think that's very hard and it's very easy to poke holes in, right? So, Will, let me ask you first, man, and then Drew, I'm gonna come to you because I know you got some. You talked about Kobe earlier, so I feel like you got some things on your chest. And then C, obviously, we just going. I already know where you're going with it, but. Will, talk to me about your initial thought when you saw the commentary between NBA legend and Stephen A. Smith. Talk to me about that.
I think Gilbert Arenas don't need to be on nobody else's show because he backed T-Mac up into a corner to say something that T-Mac probably didn't mean to say in that manner, and it caused a lot of controversy, rightfully so. When you look at the teams that T-Mac has had, and I say this as a huge T-Mac fan, I've been on record as saying, like, yo, T-Mac was literally Kobe. He was 6'10". To me, T-Mac had everything probably to be the best player in the league for the time that he was in the league.
I get it.
Between T-Mac and Kobe, unfortunately, probably is the hunger in the way that they go at the game. That's the biggest difference. Because whether you like it or not, T-Mac saying put me
great player.
Yeah. But no, that's not true.
I think he did a great for the one.
Malone and Gary Payton go enjoying, and then we saw them boys get run out.
They was out their prime.
I don't want to hear that. But
you're right. If Paul Pierce had went to the Lakers, they would have won too.
We also saw Penny Hardaway. They didn't win. So it's not just about throwing somebody in there with Shaq. It has to be about fit. And it has to be about them wanting it just as much. We have to stop. I need the whole thing about Kobe to stop because Kobe's not alive to talk about himself. At some point, the discourse started to be, if we need to like drop somebody down, let's drop Kobe down. Let's talk down about Kobe. We don't have to do that. T-Mac was a great player. But if we're keeping it funky, T-Mac had a team of Yao Ming, who was giving you 20 and 10. He had Ron Artest. He had a number of other different players, and he didn't get there. Kobe won with Andrew Bynum, Lamar Odom, and Sasha. I forget what buddy name is.
Bro, don't say Lamar Odom like that, though, bro.
Okay,
Lamar Odom like that.
Let's not have revision.
The Lamar Odom, he just threw it out there.
Lamar Odom. All right.
Lamar Odom was an all-star?
Lamar Odom was good, bro.
I asked you that.
Listen to the players. It doesn't matter if he was an all-star. He was a matchup nightmare.
I'm asking
you couldn't put a regular small forward on him because he would back him into the paint. You couldn't put a big man on him because he would take him out to the wing. And he could shoot. He was one of the first stretch bigs, bro, like that.
Agreed.
Lamar Odom was tough, bro.
Let me ask you a question, right? And I agree. But at the same token, are you making Lamar Odom the number 2 on your team to win a title?
No, but he won it.
All right, okay.
He was number 3.
That's all I need.
Right.
That's all I need. So I don't have a problem saying Lamar Odom was good, but we're not going to have this revisionist history like he was one Lamar Odom and he was giving you 20 and 10 because he wasn't.
Bro, he was giving you 15 and 10.
There were games where Lamar Odom was giving you 5 and 3 and Kobe was carrying away.
Lamar Odom was killing, especially the Celtics.
So Lamar Odom was not killing. He was a good role player. Stop it. stop it, bro.
All right, man. Go look at
Shaq
his numbers, bro.
Shaq in LA was not 10 times better than Shaq in Orlando. Let's stop.
Okay, so let me just ask the question: are we talking?
You don't agree with that?
10 times better.
Make the switch.
10 times better is crazy, bro.
If we just make the switch, T-Mac for Kobe, are we talking about 5 chips?
No.
You mean 3?
You
mean 3?
You're getting 2.
Talking about a 3-peat with Shaq.
I think you would get 1 at least. I don't know about a 3-peat now.
No.
That's a little.
And then,
that's a
and then
reason.
2 later in his career. Does that
I
happen?
think you get 1 with a healthy, at least 1 with a healthy T-Mac.
Out of the 5 chips that Kobe got, that T-Mac did, how many does T-Mac get? But just switch players.
If he on the Lakers team,
yeah, it's on.
So we just make
I don't understand why we're asking this because
on the Lakers
he never said he was better than Kobe.
What he said was I can insert myself.
Mm-hmm.
I do the same thing. So from 96 to 04 and then 08 to 2010, does he win 5 championships?
No.
That ain't what he said though. See, that's why I don't like when we replace Kobe with me and give me Shaq. I don't win a championship. You don't think I could carry the Lakers to a championship? I never had the opportunity. If I was put in that situation to win, I dang sure would show up and do what I do in the playoffs to elevate my team. I just never had the chance. So I get diminished because I never won a championship. Is that my fault?
Nobody diminished him but Gilbert Arenas. And no, he's not getting there that way because you have to also understand the dynamic between Kobe and Shaq. T-Mac wasn't doing certain things that Kobe was going to do. It just wasn't going to happen.
Bro, what did he not do that Kobe did? I feel like he did.
He's not getting 5. Like he's not gonna get 5 though.
Saying he getting 5.
We talking about Shaq.
I'm talking about healthy T-Mac. He gets a championship.
He gets a championship.
And that came from the ring culture conversation. So he not saying that people are diminishing him. They asked him his thoughts on the ring culture because he didn't win the championship. So he just saying like, so what? Do I get diminished because I didn't win the championship? Even though I feel like I could go and win the championship if you swap me out and give me the opportunity. A lot of players feel that way, bro. I'm sure Allen Iverson feels the same way. If I was in LA, they would have 5.
But I don't think it's anybody that ever like. If we all know who T-Mac was as a player, so I don't think it's anybody that truly doesn't know his game to diminish what he did. Because I don't
disagree with that. See, I see it all the time. I see people down Allen Iverson.
Yeah,
like he don't even belong in the conversation.
That's ridiculous. If you're down, see, you shouldn't even be having conversations with people like that.
We respectfully, and I'll say this, I don't care who agrees with it. There's a major difference between Ray Allen, T-Mac, Kobe Bryant, and Vince Carter. You know what it is? It was drive and will to win, which was also the difference between Mike and his counterparts. The reason that Kobe Bryant was so special with Shaq was, and Shaq will also tell you, when Shaq was lazy, Kobe picked up the slack. T-Mac has been on record as to say when he was with the Rockets, oh, so the team lost because of me? Kobe don't talk like that. Whether you want to say it or not, you want to agree with it or not, the difference between all of them and Kobe Bryant is the fact that Kobe wanted it more. Vince was more athletic. Ray Allen was a better shooter. T-Mac was was a taller version of Kobe, but he wasn't as defensive minded as Kobe, and he didn't go get it as much as Kobe. It's not saying that T-Mac is not as great, but we also have to understand when you're talking about greatness and you're talking about levels, it's levels to that.
Yeah,
Allen Iverson gave Kobe 46. This man went and studied sharks so he could be a better defensive player. The T-Mac,
I don't care about all that. But anyway, bro. I don't care about all this crazy. Talking about studying sharks. I don't care about all that. That's a whole mythological crap about it. I don't care that he went to study sharks. But that's more than what you said, though, bro. He had a Hall of Fame coach. He had a system. That's the difference between him and all of those other four players.
No, that is not.
You have to add that in, bro. Because the triangle was effective.
If it was a system, then Scottie Pippen would have won.
You can't just say it was work ethic and that's it.
System, Scottie Pippen would have won the chip the year Michael won, but he didn't. If it was a system If it was a system, then the Lakers would have won when they had 5.
Scotty ain't Mike though.
I think having that mentality on top of having that system, having that coach, having, I think having that mentality that Kobe did have, that gave him the edge. I think that's what makes Kobe, because no matter what, I'm going to win. Y'all don't want to play. I'll figure out how to play each position on this basketball court tonight by myself if I had to go out there and win a game by myself.
I agree that he was obsessive, but there's a couple other tangible factors in there too, man.
Bruh.
No, I think they're all tangible factors, but I think that's just the one that, like, we see teams that are like, what is it? They're like, they don't have a dog in them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just think that's, in my opinion, I think that's the edge that Kobe has.
It's the same difference that you see with a Ben Simmons and the LeBron. Ben Simmons can be just as good as LeBron if he put the time in and he was as obsessive, but he's not.
He don't care.
It's the same thing. Ben Simmons is 6'10", 255, can pass out the yard, can rebound with the best.
He can pass.
He's a great defensive player.
But he was an MVP, bro. He was at the top of the other helmet.
Bro, he was at the top. He was,
yeah.
Again, let's talk about this, right? Because you always bring up teams that win. So you telling me if you put Kobe on that Rockets team with a Yao Ming who's actually healthy, a Ron Artest who was still in his prime defensively, that team you telling me
Candace, you might as well just shut the computer screen.
You telling me that Rockets team with Rudy Tomjanovich as coach can't win a chip?
A chip?
With Kobe there?
Who they running?
Huh?
30 seconds.
They running into the same teams Kobe ran to. What the
ran into the Spurs.
Come on, bro.
No.
Come on, bro.
If say that again, Will.
Bro, Yao Ming is different.
If you take Kobe Bryant and put him on those prime Rockets teams, with Skull and all them, when they were like top 3 in the league, you telling me Kobe don't win the shit?
No.
All right.
No.
Before we go to would you rather,
hey,
before we go to the next topic, excuse me, guys, if I could speak.
Yeah.
I just got to shout out the W because we just got 3 expansion teams coming in 2000 and what? 28, 29, and 30. Shout out to the teams buying, investing in women, continuing to invest in women. Like Drew said, we wish we had it earlier.
Yeah.
But this just
Dallas, Cleveland, Detroit.
Dallas, Cleveland, and Detroit. Yo.
You mean
Fire.
Philly, thank you. Excuse me. Thank you.
Disrespect my city like this.
I'm sorry, Will. Yes, Philly. Sorry, guys. Philly, Cleveland, and Detroit. That's fire, though.
To y'all.
That video was fire.
Stanley said, I would never come back to coach in the W, but I would come back for ownership. The team comes back in 2030. Guess who has an extension until 2030?
Don.
Don't ever disrespect Philly like this again. And I'm talking to you too, Miles.
Right, because he set it off. My bad. Sorry, guys.
Hey,
Philly,
shout out to Candace Parker too. That jersey retirement. I like
the only player with 3 different teams. Man, Duncan, MVP and rookie in the same woman. We're talking about women here. Give it up for the ladies.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Legend. Shout out to CP3.
Would you rather, man, here on MTMV Sports 494 podcast. Talk to me. Hey, Drew, I think you got one topic. You know what? I'll start off with one. And then I go to you, Drew. This, I think, as we talk about this ring culture and things of this nature, would you rather be loyal to a team your whole career, but never win a championship, or be hated for not being loyal and win 3 rings?
I'm going with be hated and win 3 rings, because if you ain't hated, you ain't popping, baby. I'm coming to be a winner. I want to be a champion. I'm bye. You don't like me, oh well.
But I would have a question. Did I perform in those championships? Or did I just go and sit on the bench and get 3?
You
like J.R. Smith in 2020.
You performed a little bit. You might be number 2. You know what I mean?
That's telling me.
Hate me.
You feel me? That's what I said. I'll take B number 2.
Yeah.
What you got, Will?
if the team loyal to me, I'd rather be a legend in the city like AI than to go somewhere and win the chip and folks not even give me full credit for it. Gilbert Arenas already out here saying that folks that are second in command their championships don't matter. Let me be a legend in my city. Let me be able to go back to my city.
I don't think he said it don't matter.
He did. Get what though? When Gilbert Arenas sit around them people, he shut up.
I think what he was talking about, and we'll get to Would You Rather. I think what he was talking about was people getting the same respect as the number 2 when you get them championships. But that's neither here nor there. Let's keep talking. Would you rather? Let me talk.
Man, would you rather start your team? Both of these players in their prime, you have to choose one to start your team.
Okay.
Put them on their back.
Appreciate
would
it,
you
man.
rather start bring in Klay Thompson or DeMar DeRozan?
Klay Thompson.
Right now, at this moment.
No, in their
prime.
On their prime. Oh,
Klay would Thompson. You rather bring in Klay or DeRozan to be the man on your team?
Like the number 1.
One. Who knows? Not running off screens and not taking no dribbles. I
gotta go with DeMar.
Give me Klay Thompson.
Tell me why.
I don't think it's close.
This is my question. This is my question to Will. Tell me why when we've never seen it.
Because of the simple fact you have seen great players who are able to play off the ball like Klay Thompson lead teams to championships. Just because he hasn't had a chance to doesn't mean he do it. We've seen DeMar DeRozan not do it.
Come on, bro. See, it's what they be talking about. This is the ring culture right here, bro.
But how is it? I didn't mention ring culture. I didn't mention nothing.
But as you said, we haven't seen him do it. Couldn't lead them to no championship.
Okay, if you tell me you're gonna give me $1 million, right? But I got to decide between something I ain't seen before or something I've seen fail 50,000 times. I'm gonna take something I ain't seen
50,000. Okay, let's. So do we diminish Carmelo and John Stockton's legacy? Because we all know
I don't like John Stockton or Carmelo.
It don't matter what they got to do. Do we diminish their basketball legacy for running into Mike?
I don't care nothing about their basketball legacy because it ties into their personal.
Take your bias out of here. I'm talking about their legacy. It's the same thing.
You're taking it the wrong way. You asked me a question. I answered the question. The answer
bro, I feel like if Klay was on the Raptors, they would have never made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Ever.
Let me say something. Julius also said that he thinks that DeMar DeRozan, and Klay Thompson play defense just about the same. So you take with that what you will. Can we go to the next one?
Look up the stats. Look up their defensive ratings.
Bro, stop it.
DeMar better defensive rating.
Who you want, see?
Klay.
We divided as a show.
Tell you, bro, the rings cloud people's judgment, man.
That's what they come for. All right, Will, talk to me. What you got, man? Would you rather?
It's nonsense. Would you rather start a team in their prime at the top of their game with Maya Moore or Caitlin Clark?
Maya Moore.
What we looking at me for? That's my.
You ain't answered.
I know who he's gonna pick.
That's my running partner. I can't go against that.
He's not gonna go against Maya.
He brought about 5 at one point, bro.
So say it.
Maya Moore. That's over anybody. That's over NBA players. She was on my 5, bro. I can't go against the 5, man.
All right, see what's up.
All right. We're going to do the W this year. Would you rather to start your team and build around Alyssa Thomas or Asia Wilson?
Oh, that's Asia Wilson.
Yeah.
AT. Phoenix.
Yeah, Alyssa Thomas. Yes, that's all I'm going to pick.
Yeah.
But we talking healthy?
I said right now.
Yeah.
Right now. Like today.
25 and 17 the other day.
I'm not betting against Asia, bro.
Yeah.
That's still bait, even though we
very hard to do that. It's just still bait.
I'm going AT because I not only can I be good, but I can make everyone else around me better as well.
Wait, she don't do that? Because the Aces don't win without Asia. So
I'm not talking about winning. I said make my plays around me better as far as the assist wise.
Okay.
Assist wise.
Okay, but she's not.
But they're not making the shots. They're not making the shots.
Bro. Okay.
Bro.
That's who you want to. You want to say? I'm not saying that shit, and I'm not downgrading Asia Wilson at all. She's a GOAT. Are you kidding me? That's not what I said. I want to stop my team around Alyssa Thomas because you can have nobody. You don't have to have a team full of all-stars.
I don't think Asia needs a team full of all-stars either. You see, she out there with never mind. I ain't gonna say who I was gonna say.
Hey, chill out, bro.
Hey, man.
Chill out.
One more though. The fate of the unit. Matter of fact, your fate on the line, man.
We said.
Last leg of your parlay. Would you rather?
Ooh.
Would you rather Andre Drummond go? You need Andre Drummond to go 10 for 10 from the free throw line, or you need Ben Simmons to take 30 field goals in one game. Attempts.
That's crazy.
I have to bet.
Are we in the LA Fitness Gym?
Huh?
Are we in the LA Fitness Gym?
We in Philly.
We in the Summit in New York.
Okay, wait, but are
We're
we
in Philly?
We had the Sixers game.
We in the Summit
we had
gym.
the Sixers game? Oh, nah.
I'm taking Andre Drummond because Ben's gonna fold.
If you say LA Fitness, I was gonna be like, yo, Ben is a killer out there.
Ben ain't taking no 30 shots in the game, bro. That's crazy. Not at all.
Y'all some
Hey, give me in their prime. I need a game 7. In their prime. PG-13 or Jimmy Butler? Would you rather?
Give me PG-13.
Oh no, man! Give me Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy almost will the Miami Heat to the NBA Finals title, bro. Give me Jimmy Butler.
Give me Jimmy, man. Paul George go out there, go 2 for 9.
And his prime,
2 for 9, and stop playing, man.
in his prime, you really think he did that?
And his prime was even MVP, what, top 3 MVP vote?
His prime, PG was nice.
His prime was what?
He said prime. He didn't say now. He said prime. He said prime.
I still take Jimmy in that case.
Is his prime okay?
Thank you.
I still take Jimmy though.
Like I know he ain't doing nothing now, but Paul George was tough. Paul was a problem.
Because in their prime, you also gotta ask the question. Look at who else Paul George played with in his prime, and look who Jimmy played with in his prime, not counting Embiid. He played with the Miami Heat.
And the Bulls. Well, he wasn't in his prime then, but he was.
He played with the Miami Heat in his prime. That man led Tyler Hero and whoever else.
Damn tough though.
We gotta talk about it.
No, man, I'm talking about.
My bad.
No. Because we're about to be out, guys.
My
and
bad.
we know this, and we know the Commissioner Cup is tomorrow. Caitlin Clark is questionable. Who you's got?
I think Caitlin was only questionable because she didn't want to see Paige, but I ain't.
They lost.
They did. But Paige was hooping. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. Who you's got winning the Commissioner Cup? Will Minnesota go back to back?
Minnesota.
Yeah.
I don't think that's even a question. Double digit L.
My God.
Double digit L. They just can't handle them, man.
No.
Is that what's going
Leah Boston have been playing all right lately, though. I like to
but
see
you need everyone. You got to. Kelsey can't have one of those games. Kelsey got to insert herself from the start. Like she got to be ready to score soon as the game starts.
Y'all ain't see the conversation that they was talking about. Aaliyah Boston would not be a good player if it wasn't for Caitlin Clark. Like Aaliyah wasn't the number 1 draft pick.
Yeah. No, that's wild. That's a wild. That's
check out their bro. See,
I'm taking Dirk.
Prime KG. Dirk.
I'm taking Dirk.
Just Kevin Garnett, one of my top 5 favorite players. So give me KG.
Prime Dirk beat the big 3.
He did.
He sure did. Woo,
Gave them buckets because they was laughing at him for having
Prime KG went at it with Shaq now, man. What was it, a game 7?
He ain't win that drink though.
He didn't, but he had Ola Candy beside him.
Miami Heat and said Fox Brown was his crush.
And my uncle Troy Hudson, man.
I ain't mad at it. Hey man, look, you already know what it is, man. 494 podcast here on MTMV Sports every Monday, 8:30 p.m. This is where basketball is. You want to talk about it? This is where you got to talk about it. You want the smoke? Then we'll be give it to you at. I'm trying to tell you. You want to talk basketball? Come see us. I'm Miles Austin, Sports Talk with C, Drew_Chasing Dreams, and Mr. Teddy Farrell. Hit us on everything, man. At 494 podcast on everything. Want to donate to the movement? Help support what's happening here. $ 494 podcast. Check us out, man. Much love as always. Make sure y'all keep us up for sure, man. Y'all want to keep talking. I think this is where we do it at. You like basketball? Come holler at us, man. You know what I mean? We're gonna have this conversation for real, man. But as always, tune in. Be easy. Y'all be safe, man. Peace and love.
What's good, everybody? It's your man, the myth, the legend, the voice. Thanks so much for tuning into this show on MTMV Sports Network. For more exciting content just like this, subscribe, like, and share.
Hey guys, it's your girl C, and you just watched the show on MTMV Sports Network. And if you like what you see and you want more exciting content, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.